How has the transition been from PC to console with this game?
For us, you know, having put Source out on Xbox One, which had a pretty limited memory budget compared to the 360, we're sort of getting drunk on the power of the 360 now, and really being able to be much more fluid with the graphics and what have you. I mean, we're running this on the 360 here today, and we could fire it up on the PC, and it would be really, really hard to tell the difference.
Nice. More questions, please, Jody.
Eduardo Rubias from Brazil would like to know, will there be any organic gravity gun in the game from the start?
Organic gravity?
He said we lost it in episode 1.
Does that mean anything to you, organic gravity?
I must not have played that part of episode 1.
Sure. Well, let's keep shooting some hunters here while we take more questions.
Let's give it a shot.
We still have a couple left, right?
There should be some out here, I think. Oh, there's one now.
Right, sweet.
There's
Jody,
I'm going to take a different path.
All right. You can choose your own way here in Half-Life, correct?
Yeah, this is definitely the most wide open gameplay that we've done. A lot of, you know, the Half-Life games and stuff, you know, because of technology constraints, etc., have been a little bit more tightly, you know, the path has been a little bit more tightly defined. Here, because of the forest setting and because of, you know, the technology that's available to us these days, we are definitely able to sort of get the player outdoors into much wider spaces and to send the combat back and forth across the forest. One of the reasons why we gave you the muscle car is so that, you know, you could go zipping along in between those battles that take place there.
It's a sweet car. I thought you got some more darts there. I was going to say those are going to explode in your face again.
Let's hope not.
Cool weapons. When you guys are designing the whole Half-Life universe, how do you do it? Where do you decide, like, all right, we're going to take the Strider, make it a little smaller, and give it some exploding darts? How does that thought process work?
You know, it's very much a collective process. Folks come up with sort of a baseline idea for the story and the arc, say, for example, of the trilogy of where things need to go from A to B from a story standpoint. And then, you know, the designers, you know, have a lot of freedom to go in and, you know, just start making it up as they go along. And once we see something fun, you know, they'll go in and they'll add more stuff to it. Then the biggest thing I think that we do that has helped us along is that we just bring people in to play the games really early. And we just listen to what, you know, they say, and we watch what parts they're enjoying. You know, physical feedback in these things is, you know, probably the best thing, you know, that you can draw from. Folks can, you know, talk about stuff, but when you're watching folks play, you know, folks have a physical reaction to the games, and we just see what's working, and, you know, it's give the people what they want time. So, you know, for us, that's worked really well, you know, all the way back to the Half-Life 1 days. So we just have found something that works for us, and we stick with it.
You also get some just some numerical feedback through Steam as well, correct?
Yeah, Steam has allowed us to collect data on what's actually happening in the wild with players. So with episode 1, we uploaded player statistics and knew how long people were playing, how long it was taking on each map, where folks were getting stuck, etc. There was actually one area in episode 1 where you were down sort of in an underground area waiting for an elevator with Alex, and you were sort of fending off the Combine as you were waiting for that elevator. We found that it was just too difficult for people once we got the game out there in the wild. So we put some more health and some more light down there, issued the update that day on Steam. I think it was 4 or 5 days after the game came out, and everybody who played the game and bought the game after that point, you know, didn't have that same issue. So we were able to sort of quickly resolve some of those smaller you know, things and tweak the game.
Do you have a plan for tweaks for the 360? They've kind of introduced a lot of console owners to the idea of software updates for games.
Yeah, I mean, Valve has spent a lot of time, you know, working on the games and, you know, always supporting them post-launch on the PC. I think we've probably put out more content post-launch for our games, perhaps, than all other companies combined, perhaps. And so now that, you know, the consoles have this great connectivity, you know, we want to exploit the same things that we've been doing on the PC for years in those areas as well.
You have to figure out a way to get us episode 3. Jody, do you have
in
one?
the works.
We have total faith in you guys. Jody, one more question, please, for Half-Life 2 Episode 2 before we move on to some Portal.
The person that sent in an email had all his friends that knew what he was talking about. He said it's a blue gravity gun that could lift combines.
The super gravity gun, yes. At the end of Half-Life 2, we were given a super gravity gun where the gun was sort of hypercharged up, and I believe it was also at the beginning of episode 1, now that I think about it. I don't know if it reappears or not.
Maybe,
we'll have
so-
to play the game and find out.
So yes, it does. All right, Doug, we're going to play some Portal in just a little bit. We're going to look at some Team Fortress 2 in just a little bit, so you stay right here. Right now, though, we're going to meet Mr. Andrew Park and learn a little bit more about Halo Wars. Andrew.